if you seen my channel before, then you know I didn't grow up listening to what I'm about to hear today, all right, which is Steely Dan. In fact, just for fun, I ask a lot of my friends to, what their thoughts of Steely Dan and the Beatles, and I'm not the only one. All right, we just did. It just wasn't. It wasn't something that you're typically exposed to, in my culture, and I'm someone who always thought that I was open-minded musically because although the bulk of my music that I listened to was hip hop and R&B. I still ventured out a lot of different places musically. And then you start a channel and realize there's a whole lot that I haven't discovered or even been exposed to, such as a Steely Dan, which I've never heard of before. But the song Aja, I reacted to on my Polo music channel, and I still remember that to this day. Just a really amazing record. Hopefully there's more of that with this specific request that we have today. And this is Home at Last by Steely Dan. Now, before we get started, if you like this type of content, do me a big favor and like the video. If you want to stay up to date whenever I post, subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date whenever I post a video you just might want to see. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, there we go. Let's go. It always amazes me that Steely Dan, when I hear the name Steely Dan, I think of a country, southern type of sound in my mind, based off the name of the band. But then when you hear them, you hear this opening piano and these horns, all this sophisticated sounding music. Like, oh, these guys are classy. All right, let's keep it going. Opening piano for this is nice. Drum comes in. Now, I'd read the comments on this specific song to get a vibe of what people were saying about it. And some say it's one of the greatest records ever created. And I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling that way about a song that really strikes you or really resonates with the time you heard it in. Am I hearing that in this specific record? I'm hearing a really incredible record. I'm not hearing the greatest Steely Dan record that I've heard. I think the Aja record that I reacted to on my Polo music channel, that would be the best one that I've heard so far. But I'm only 1 minute and 42 seconds in, but that doesn't say that this isn't top tier music playing or musicianship, whatever the word is there. But yeah, Amazing record so far. Let's keep it going. I'm going to rewind it back just a little bit. Some drums here. Songwriting.
Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Still I remain tied to the mast. Could it be that I have found my home at last? Home at last.
With Steely Dan, sometimes I like to pick my favorites when I hear a song for the first time. And the favorite that I have here for this specific song so far is, I really don't have one. They do everything so well, from the piano to the drums and the trumpet. I believe that's a trumpet. I don't play an instrument, so forgive me if I get the instrument wrong. The trumpet, the vocals, the songwriting, and everything with Steely Dan is pretty even in terms of when you're listening to certain music. There's nothing specifically that stands out for this one. I read a comment that says that this is an amazing record that doesn't do a lot of showing off. Okay, and I kind of like that, which means that it's a record that you just enjoy, that you just put on in the background, a feel good record for the time, and I can hear that. Definitely the trumpet. A nice hop to it. Great harmony.
Could it be that I have found my home at last?
And all the great things that happened within this record, I didn't get chills until this part right here for some reason.
Home at last.
the pacing of this record. I don't know musical terminology, so I just say things like the hop, the way the song hits. Okay, is amazing. It just really knocks it. And I'm seeing a lot of consistency with Steely Dan in terms of their music. But again, and if I had to put it like, what playlist would I add this to? Where there was a song in a video I reacted to called, and I mentioned this video. It's one of my favorite videos I reacted to. It's called, it's Low Spark of High Heel Boys. What was the name of that band? By Traffic. Okay, that beautiful, classy musicianship that you hear in certain songs that just really feel good, and I see why some people stop listening to new music once they've been accustomed to live instruments and real artists playing. And now we live in an era now where the AI is duplicating everything and competing with real musicians. So we live in a really, really interesting, I would say somewhat scary time that a lot of people are not paying attention to. So I can see, I've read comments before because I reacted to another video on my other channel where it was the top 50 songs from like 1950 till almost present or so. And I knew most of the songs on that list, but I read the comments that said that, hey, after a certain year, I stopped listening to a lot of music simply because, you can tell they were sampling things and pulling from other artists. And I just went back and listened to, I like to listen to the original artists that can play the songs that they create. And I get that, politically in terms of if you listen to music from that perspective versus just, even if it sounds good, it's not something you're into because of the politics of it. I get that. But with Steely Dan, I can see it because I bet they play this song amazing live. Let me go back a little further. I read a comment about the guitar solo. I don't know if that's the one in the praise of it, beautiful without showing off or whatever. I like a little showing off. All right. If you guys follow the channel, one of my favorite guitar players is David Gilmour. All right. Versus this is a more classy, subtle, not trying to overdo the song type of vibe, which I definitely have that in the pocket as well in terms of music that I like to listen to. But I don't mind people showing off their skills and getting their Frank Zappa on, Now, even though the piano is playing the same melody and the guitar is doing a solo here that's very beautiful. And occasionally we get the trumpets in there as well. Again, no one's really overshadowing anyone, because what stands out to me in this specific segment is the piano, but everything's beautiful. None of them are overshadowing each other in this specific chapter of the song. Beautiful. And I think that they did a good job of, excuse me, I think they did a really good job also in that last part of all the other instruments playing around the guitar, like, the great collaboration there. But I don't know. I hate talking about music sometimes. I know I do a music reaction, but I hate talking about things. I don't know what I'm talking about. What do I grade this? In terms of how much I like it on a scale of 0 out of 10, how much I like it, not how good it is. All right. I would give this probably, this is a tough one, because this is I would say a 7 out of 10. I would say 7 out of 10 on the first listen. Now, I want you guys to also remember, because I know it's been a long time since this music has come out before, since it came out, excuse me. And we don't all think a song is 10 out of 10 on the first listen. Some songs I don't even like the first time I hear them. But just the first time hearing this one as a song that's before my generation, 7 out of 10, really classy, great record to put on in the background, or just on a long road trip or a short road trip, whatever have you. But one thing it does tell me about Steely Dan is that they're consistent, and that they're, again, as I mentioned before, top tier in terms of their music. And I've heard great things about the album. So shout out to Victor, who sent in a very generous donation for me to hear this. So I truly appreciate you and all my supporters. You guys know I'm going to give you my honest opinion regardless. But thank you, and thank you to everybody who's watching. What are your thoughts on this song for Steely Dan, and where does it rank in terms of your favorite Steely Dan's records? If you just so happen to be a fan of the band, I'm curious to know. And what I should check out next, okay, from your favorite band or from Steely Dan. Also, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you guys want to support the show, as the music reactions are copyrighted, we don't get paid for them, aside from the donations that we get. But you can support the show by buying a coffee in the link below, or checking me out on Patreon, where you can catch content that doesn't make my YouTube channel. Sometimes things get blocked, or you can hit me up directly as well on Patreon. And yeah, I think that's everything. I covered it. I actually enjoyed this entire process of. I enjoyed this record. Excuse me. Kind of scatterbrained today, but yeah. Peace.